everybody. Happy New Year. I hope you're having a good start to the year. I am, and I really pray that that 2021 will be a different year and it will be full of good things. That's what we are praying for. Praying for good things this year. It is my first video of the year, and so I want to talk about something that most of us will identify with at this point of the year. So every year we sit down and write down our goals for the year. So we sit down with our paper, we write down our goals, we write down our plans of how we're going to achieve those goals. 2020 was a little bit different. Of course, there's so many of us, me included, who never really got to achieve some of our goals, if not all. Yeah, so because of how the year was. So I know that there are people out there who are very discouraged and they're not exactly very motivated or looking forward to 2021 and just wondering, probably they're even wondering whether they should keep going or they should just give up and just let things be. So that is the reason why I made this video. So I want to speak to anybody who feels like they want to give up, people who are looking at 2020 and feeling like they have nothing to show for it and they just feel like they're so demotivated. And I want to do this by telling you my story, a story that many founders and many business people just don't get to share. Most of the times we talk about our success stories, but we never talk about our failure stories. Some of the things that we have done or places we have found ourselves that just made us feel like we want to give up. 29th September 2018 was the day we had our very first physical meeting as an organization. So for those who do not know, I'm the founder and executive director of Calm Mind Foundation, a not-for-profit organization that supports pregnant women and new parents with their mental health. I love doing that. That is my calling. That is just, I do it with a passion because I just love doing it. But it is not always easy. And so that was the day we were supposed to have our first physical meeting. And so together with my small team, of course, most of you will know when you're starting, you just have a small team. So together with my small team, we sat down, we organized the event, and we wanted an event where we are going to bring together the young people and 2 legislators and other speakers of the day so that we are able to talk about issues that affect the young people in terms of their mental health, the mental health challenges that they have as young people. And then we have the legislators listening in and just so that they're able to represent the young people properly in parliament when it comes to legislation and policies. So that is what the meeting was about. And we were really looking forward to our first ever physical meeting. So because we were anticipating a good number of people, what we did is we booked a room that had a capacity to have at least more than 100 people. It was a free event, and we were going to even give tea and snacks. And all this was, of course, sponsored by me because I was, as a founder of the organization, when you're starting, you end up footing a lot of these bills. So you just have to invest in your own vision for other people to believe in it as well. So yeah, it was me funding everything. And I was really optimistic because we had advertised on social media platforms. We had advertised in so many platforms. And so we were really hoping that the day would be a very successful day. And the event was supposed to start at 9 a.m. So 9 a.m., here we are. We are already there, of course, checking. We, of course, were there much earlier, checking, confirming the venue is okay. We are ready. Everything is working. And then 9 a.m. and the speaker started coming in, flowing in. So 9:30, 10 a.m., all the speakers were there. And we only had, at around 10 a.m., we had only, I think, 6 people who had come in. And then 10:30 and then 11 a.m. And of course, now the speakers were like, you know what, Pasqueline, we have to start. We're going to start. Of course, the thing was, we had very few people in attendance who had finally come, and we were anticipating or expecting very many people compared to the number that was there, because the expectation was more than 100 people. Majority of them were family, my team, and the speakers. As a key event organizer, I was, of course, no, my heart is, so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. I'm trying to even call my friends, the ones who had promised they're going to show up. Where are you? The event is already starting with the hope of getting a better attendance. Nah, buddy. Yeah. So we started the event, guys. And as in, like, when I stood in front, I couldn't help but feel the disappointment. And like, we had put so much into organizing these events. We had put money in it. And here I am standing in front of an empty hall. As in, like, it was just literally empty, like, because the capacity is so big and there are very few people. So I just felt like I was standing in front of an empty hall. And honestly, I was so, like, my heart broke. So even as in, like, even the rest of the presentations, of course, the speakers were awesome. We had Senator Sylvia Kasanga who showed up, and she made a very good presentation. The rest of the speakers were really good speakers. It was such a good forum, and the speakers were really well informed. And I just loved how they presented. But of course, deep inside me, I was not even able to focus. I was not able to fully focus. Even when I stood there, like, what I had planned to say, how I had planned to make it flow, sort of, like, just disappeared. Like, I just felt like it was not there anymore. It was not there anymore. But the day happened, and we ended the day, and the speakers were so gracious, like, oh yeah, don't worry, I know, sometimes things just don't go the way you want. It's okay, it happens. Just keep on going. One day at a time, you will get there, and all that. And at that time, it really never really made a lot of sense. But later I went and sat down and just evaluated the day, and of course just thought about what are the mistakes that I might have made, what are the things that I probably overlooked, and I learned from the mistakes that we probably made. But one of the things that I love is that it happened. And to be honest, I'll be honest with you, did I feel like I want to give up? Yes, I wanted to give up. Like, I got to a point I was like, do you even ever want to have a physical meeting again? Or do I just keep on, continue with work on the social media platforms and creating awareness on social media platforms? I was so discouraged. So I decided to learn and just move on. And after that, I just told myself, you know what, I'll just keep going. I will still have another event and another one and another one. And I really pray that as we keep going, we are going to have even more successful, events. And that is what happened. After that, we have had so many other events after that, and they have been very successful. And now when I talk about success, I'm talking about the attendance, I'm talking about the impact that has also been created by these events. We have had events that were so impactful, and of course that we got feedback from the people who attended. And today when I look back, I'm like, that is a point where I had every reason to give up. Like, I felt like I have every reason to give up, but I never gave up. I just kept on going. And out of just deciding that I want to keep on going, I've been able to do so much more. I'm not yet there. I'm actually very, very far from where I want to be, but I'm also not where I started. And that I'm grateful for, at least to myself, for just keeping on going, even when the things are not exactly as easy as I wanted them to be, or I hoped they would be. So guys, that is just my story. That is just one of them. Of course, there has been so many other times that I have been disappointed. There's so many other times that I've also felt like I wanted to give up. And of course, 2020 was one of those years. It really, really tried me. But I will not give up. I will keep going. And I know that from just that perseverance and just that persistence, good things will come out of it. So if that is you had a not very easy 2020, and now you're there seated down making your goals and just wondering, is there even a point of making them? Are they going to be achieved, or you're still going to have another 2020 year? Do not be discouraged. Go for it. Write down your goals. Keep your hope high. Keep being optimistic. Keep on believing in yourself. And ultimately, you'll be grateful to yourself for not giving up. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that I was able to speak to someone out there. I really hope that my story was able to be an encouragement to someone out there. Yeah, and let's all hope and pray for a beautiful 2021. Happy New Year again. I wish you all the very best in everything that you want to do.